Welcome to my sector of the universe. This is Jess from Capella Wellness, here to help you step into your truth and star into your power. For those of you who've never been here before, welcome. Thank you so very much for being here for the first time. For those of you who are returning to watch another one of my readings, thank you so much for coming back. If you are coming back and you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead, take the time out, support the channel so that these messages get out to more people, and go ahead and subscribe to this channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And for those of you who are Capella members, thank you so very much for your love, your loyalty, and support. You guys mean the world to me. If you're interested in a Capella membership, check out the description box below. Go to capellawellness.com, where you get access to my live streams, because I'm only doing live streams now for my paid Capella members going forward. Daily guidance videos, meditation videos. You get to be part of the Capella Circle Forum. It's a private forum. You get to meet amazing people there. You get to talk directly with me in my free mobile app. You get all of your bonus content in my free mobile app that you can download, and everything is at the touch of your fingertips. All right, so again, if you're interested in membership, check the description box below, download the app, check out to see what's there. You can even sign up for free as a free member to get guidance from me every now and again, announcements, things like that, and check out to see what's there. And then if you feel like you want a paid membership, you go ahead and subscribe or purchase one. There is a 7-day free trial for most of my memberships, in case you're wondering. You can cancel at any time. You can try it out. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, great too. All right, guys. So what we're going to do here, Taurus, we're going to look into what you need to be cognizant of for the beginning of March 2023, what you are out of alignment with, or what you were out of alignment with. It depends where you are on your journey. How to best navigate the energy surrounding you for March 2023. There are a lot of big things happening with planets going into different signs, and Pluto about to enter Aquarius. Saturn enters Pisces on Tuesday, March 7th, which some of you will be watching this on that day. Lots of other things, guys. So navigating the beginning of March is going to be a big thing for you. And then lastly, we're going to look into what you need to heal for the beginning of the month. All right, there will be an extended for this reading. The link to the extended is in the description box below. If you go to capellawellness.com, check out the extended videos category of my website to, view the extended readings. And I'll talk about what those extended readings are going to entail at the end of the video. This is a lot, Taurus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, and they're all in the reverse. I do read reversals. Reversals indicate I've always got to do reversals. These are big lessons that need to be learned. Okay? What you need to be cognizant of. In the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles. Your overall here is the Queen of Pentacles. This is what I'm getting, what some of you or somebody around you needs to work towards emulating, embodying, okay? Patience, nurturing, self-care, not focusing on being on all the time. Work-life balance is important here, Taurus. You shouldn't be working for the money. You should be attracting the money. I'm getting there's like a money thing here for some of you, okay? I mean, it's like the Queen of Pentacles. She's prosperous. She's abundant. But that's when she's taking care of her energies. She's taking care of her her well-being, okay? You come first. If you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of other people, right? The Queen of Pentacles, she loves to provide for others too, okay? But remember, the divine masculine energy is the energy that does the providing at the end of the day. It's part of the divine order. All right. So some of you are being encouraged to kind of like take a step back a little bit and start working towards focusing on your health, your well-being. I'm hearing making sure that, you know, something about looking good or looking the part. Okay. Because I'm hearing some people may be looking at you. I'm hearing disheveled, and I speak truth here. And this is not to knock anybody or to insult anybody. That's not what I do here. But sometimes the truth hurts, and the truth has to come out so that you start to better yourself. You get to more in alignment with what it is you're attracting. If you're trying to attract a divine masculine and you're not taking care of yourself, Taurus, that masculine is not going to want you, because they're going to be like, oh, how are they going to take care of me too, or take care of the kids, or take care of the home, or or take care of their well-being, because that leads to other things when you're not taking care of yourself. Okay. And there's a lot of thing about some of you really pushing and pushing and pushing to try to make money, or pushing to get a lot of things done. Okay, so this overall here, for what you need to be aware of, if you're trying to attract a king here, you've got to act like a queen. You've got to present yourself as a queen. She's very proper, but she's not egotistical. She's not vain. She doesn't use her beauty to get money. She doesn't use her she doesn't go about it the backhanded way to attract someone who can provide for her. She has to be at a higher vibration here to attract a true provider here, to attract someone who's devoted, who's loyal. Again, I'm getting attracting the King of Pentacles, her counterpart, right? And she looks the part. She looks very healthy here. She's in her dress. She's in, a nice clothing. She's just calm. She looks cool, calm, and collected in this photo. She doesn't look disheveled. I mean, I was talking about her hair. Like, she even, does something with her hair. Like, she needs to look the part if she wants to attract what it is that she's desiring, right? You've got to be vibrating at that thing that you're trying to attract here, okay? So there's a lot of self-care thing, especially in the physical body, all right? Some of you may be hung up on your weight, or, something about your face. You don't feel like you're pretty enough or something like that. But, you're kind of like walking around, and this is going to trigger some people, but hey, I don't give a shit, because if this is what my guys want me to say, it's what I need to say, what they want me to say. Something about being frumpy, or I had a divine masculine reading, a divine feminine reading about this for February. You may want to watch that. Queens, they are regal. You need to act regal. You need to act the part, and you've got to dress like one, okay? I said in that divine feminine reading for February, you don't see queens sitting around in like yoga pants and tank tops up there all day. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to wear that, and when you want to relax or something, that's fine. But, for divine masculines, for people who are kings, it's like, she's put together. She's got her shit together. She's like that. She's looks very proper. She looks clean cut. It's that type of thing, right? Because they're kind of thinking, well, if I want to take that feminine out, is she gonna be the one who doesn't want to dress up or wear heels or something? Is she gonna be the one who's gonna just want to be, I don't want to get dressed up. I'm just gonna go to this dinner and I just want to wear yoga pants and tank tops all day, right? You get what I'm saying. You get to dress in a way where it makes you feel comfortable. But if you feel like you don't want to put in the effort, and you don't want to put in the effort with regards to, acting the part, you're trying to attract the king here. Look at the kings. They're regal too, right? They wear nice clothes, and it's like, people, yeah, there's appearances here that are important. But, acting that part or looking like the part's going to be important, especially with your health here, Taurus. Your health is going to be very, very important for the beginning of the month to be cognizant of, to be working on. The inside shows through the outside, okay? People can tell. People can tell when you're glowing and when you're not. They can tell when like something's not really right there. Like they don't look healthy. They don't feel healthy. It's like something's got to be worked on. There's just no judgment here. It's just that we all fall into this thing where we kind of don't want to put the effort in our healing, our well-being, our how we present ourselves, okay? So, and this is feminine energy. Even if you're a male watching this, okay? This does not mean you got to be going wear dresses unless that's your thing, okay? No judgment there. But if you want to be a king and you want to attract a queen, okay? This is for guys who are watching this. You got to act the part, okay? You got to dress the part. And yeah, you can be home and dress in your basketball shorts and t-shirts on any given day, sure. But women will start looking like, okay, maybe that person's just not that serious. And they could think the same thing, like go to something very like an elegant party or an outing even, right? Sometimes it's like dressing up isn't a bad thing, So for guys too, this is going for you too. Tapping into your feminine energy with like taking care of yourself. There's something about getting pedicures and manicures. Look, let me tell you, my father is an Aries sun with a Scorpio moon. He is the one of the most macho men you can get here. Okay, I come from a Hispanic family, but my dad gets pedicures. All right, when I saw that, I was blown away. And my dad's realizing I got to do some self-care stuff. I gotta focus on my health too, and getting pedicures and manicures, it's not a feminine thing, guys. It's not. For the men who are watching this. Taking care. That's part of taking care. Clean, all these things, okay? So there's a big energy for the beginning of March here with that. And here's the thing, because you guys have all reversals, we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. That's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. We've got the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Here's the counterpart, but he's in the reverse. The Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. The Three of Pentacles in the reverse. There's a lot of earth energy here, guys. The Six of Cups in the reverse and the Chariot in the reverse. Okay, so I'm hearing, Taurus, you've got to get a move on. You are allowing obstacles and hindrances to keep you from focusing on you. There's something about work getting in the way or trying to push too hard to make money. You've got, in the middle of this spread here, 3 cards that are earth. There are 3 pentacles here. King, 10, and 3. If these were in the upright, that's some serious money there where some people would be attracting. Now, there could be a couple of you who are attracting this type of wealth here because you've been putting in the effort, you've been putting in the work, you've been focusing on you and learning to attract the money, attract the abundance, not chasing it, okay? So this could even be a tendency to like rush and chase things that not in alignment with your highest good. This tends to me for the Chariot in the reverse. This is Cancer energy right here. So we've got a lot of earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, we've got Cancer, we've got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? But there's a lot of strong earth, and you guys are earth, obviously. But this in the reverse is telling me there's a hesitation to follow your divine guidance, okay? There's a hesitation to follow through with something, to take action, to have the willpower and fortitude to go after what it is you want, right? You knowing that you're going to be victorious, knowing that you're going to win at the end of the day. And the Chariot tends to be, for me, I called it the Thomas the Train card when I was thinking of the little engine that could, but this is going the distance, right? This is like chugging along, like I'm going to get there, but I have to trust in the path that I am on. I have to trust in the divine, in God. God is going to lead me to where I need to be. I cannot allow these hindrances and obstacles get in my way. It could be people getting in your way because we have a queen, a king, and a queen here. There could be 3 different people who are trying to get in your way here, Taurus. But remember, take what fits your story. Not everything that I say here has to fit you, okay? Please keep that in mind. And remember, whatever you feel is, if it resonates, it does not mean you are in alignment with it. They are 2 very different things. So whatever's fitting your story, Taurus, it's your story, but you have to be honest with yourself and your situation. Because without that honesty, you will not be in alignment. If you know that you've got to work on yourself, if you know that you're not following your guidance that you're being given, that you're hesitating or you're allowing things or obstacles or hindrances to get in your way because it's like, I can't overcome this. People are blocking me. This may even be you getting in your own way, Taurus, all right? God's trying to get you to see that you have the willpower to obliterate those blocks, okay? You have the ability to get through that, to get over the challenges and stuff, right? This Chariot is talking about overcoming these challenges, but having God help you to get through them. You can't get through anything without God in there, okay? You do your part, God does the rest. So with that Chariot in the reverse here, at the end of this spread, and because there are 6 cards here, this is about having a balance. It's taking control. Some of you do have the self-control to keep yourselves from allowing other things or people to get in your way, to include to stop getting in your own way. Okay, because the beginning here is the Queen of Wands. Now it could be with dealing with your person, Taurus, but again, you have to be honest here if this is actually you. But there's someone here, it's either you or someone surrounding you, could even be a boss, all right? This is the my way or the highway. Nope, this is how it's done, and you do it my way or else. She gives ultimatums. We have no jurisdiction in giving people ultimatums, all right? That is not our job. Everyone has a different journey. Everyone has a different plan. This could even be somebody being forceful, all right? Trying to forge their own path, but in a way that is not in alignment with God. Like, no, it's my way, it's the high, no, it's my path. I'm not listening to what God says. I'm doing what I need to do. There is a lot of forceful energy here, Taurus, I'm not gonna lie, okay? But this is why you have the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. You've got to be going with the flow and be patient and be just like attracting it, getting to a high vibration to attract it. It's interesting that her counterpart is here, but in the reverse. The king and the queen are not in alignment here, is what I am getting, okay? So in order for the king and queen to come together into a union, and Ten of Pentacles is a union card, having the happily ever after, this is not happening because somebody is not there. Someone is overly focused on materialism, on the money. I need things. I need possessions. I need the status. I need the accolades. I need the trophies. You know, because Chariot is about victory and success, trophies, triumphant, but doing it in an egotistical way. Like, I need this to define myself, right? She utilizes her power for the wrong reasons. A lot of you or somebody around you, they're very powerful, but they're misusing the power. This person has the ability to attract helpful people. But when you're getting in your own way and you're trying to do things your own way without being obedient and trusting in God, that's when the obstacles come in. That's when all these hindrances come in. That's also when you feel like you're stuck. You feel like you're blocked. Why isn't this progressing? Why am I not moving forward? Why isn't there forward movement with this? It's because some of you, you're trying to do it your way. Okay, or somebody around is trying to do it your way. Now, if you're dealing with a boss here who's just like vindictive or something, it's like, no, you got to listen to everything that I do. I'm not going to give you any leeway. I'm not going to give you any grace. I'm not going to give you any space. You need to do something with this person because this individual is blocking your abundance. There's a lot of blocks in abundance here, okay, because of all these reversals. And for some of you, it does have to do with work because the Three of Pentacles is in the reverse. This is the inability to cooperate, to work with God, to co-create with God. There's somebody here who doesn't want to co-create with God, who doesn't want to work with you on something, who wants to go at it alone. All right? There's somebody who has a temper here. It's kind of like if it's you or somebody around you here, you know, and if it's not you, Taurus, and someone's giving you a hard time with this temper, and it's like very possessive. There's strong possessiveness here. You're being asked to remove yourself from this very possessive person, very excessively controlling person. There is somebody here. I do get Jezebel energy with this Queen of Wands. Someone is trying to use their sex appeal, their good looks, their charm. They're kind one day, but they're using it to manipulate. Okay? They pretend that they're working with somebody or they want to work together with someone, but then they go off the rails when they don't get their own way, and then all of a sudden that fiery person comes out, but not the fiery sense that they're divine. The light of the fire of God comes through them. There's something like some dark energy with like the fire of the devil that comes through this person. But there is somebody here who's utilizing their good looks, their sex appeal, they're misusing their power to get their way, because there's somebody here or surrounding you, whether it's you or someone who is just out for the money. There is a money trap here, okay? There is a money trap here with this Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. There could be somebody here who's been married to someone, or you were married to someone who who tried to use you. Their charm, right? It's a very charming person, feminine energy here. A lot of charisma. Using their charm and their looks and their sex appeal to try to hook and bait somebody. You could have been through this, or you're dealing with somebody who's going through something right now. This is a very disharmonious marriage, family. There's a lot of family feuds going on. There's a lot of feuding here, period. Especially with that Chariot card being in the reverse. A lot of forceful stuff. There's something going on with children here. with the Six of Cups in the reverse. Somebody is fighting over the children, over a home, over the estate. But you know, if you're being forceful and you're trying to like not compromise here, not trying to work with somebody, it's not going to work in your favor, because you're trying to force something instead of allowing God to kind of like come in and say, hey, I need you to follow the path of peace, of tranquility. Stop trying to overextend yourself and stop trying to, you know, work so hard to achieve something, to win something, to be victorious in something. Again, when we force that to happen, when we force something to go in our favor, it backfires on us, Taurus. So, and again, it could be with a boss, somebody who's making you work very, very, very hard, right? And then they're saying, oh, we'll give you the promotion because this is a promotion here. This is being recognized for your hard work. But then they kind of mislead you and say, oh, no, sorry, you have to do more work, or you have to do this or something. Something about the past. It's like the past starts to come up, or in the past, you've been working very hard and working very diligently, but you may have not realized that you've been trying to force something to happen and trying to overdo it to try to get the victory, to try to get the recognition. All right, where, you know, you may be doing this out of ego, or somebody around you's doing it out of ego, because there's strong ego here too. But there's a tendency to start realizing that you don't have to work so hard to be recognized, to be of value. She doesn't need anybody else to validate her worth, guys. Neither do you. Okay? She doesn't need that. She knows her worth. She sets the standards. If she has high standards, but she's not coming from a place of vanity, then she's allowed to do that. She knows who she is, and she goes by knowing that the inner beauty, what comes out, it's what's going to attract amazing things and amazing people into her life. She doesn't need any degree, any bank account, any salary, any marriage, any home, any car, any possessions. Because this King of Pentacles here is somebody who's obsessed with status and possessions, how much money he's got in the bank here. You know, how people view him. Oh, wow, that person's rich. But is that person actually changing lives? Is that person actually being generous and kind with the wealth that he or she has? Because remember, if you've got wealth or something and you're trying to achieve that and you keep it all to yourself, God will strip it from you. If he blesses you with great talents and great skills and you build wealth off of it, you build a business off of it, he's expecting you to give back too. Not to hold it all for yourself, because when God sees you're misusing your power and your talents, he strips it from you. And then that's when you start to realize, well, why am I hitting all these roadblocks? Why am I not getting anywhere? Or something like that. Or it's kind of like you're rushing to do things, or you're trying to not listen to God and say, well, God's like, slow down. Or God says, go this path, take this route, you know? Trust in that your gifts and your talents, they're going to bring you the abundance when you know you don't need those people. You don't need those clients. You don't need that bank account. You don't need the accolades to make you feel like you're worth something. Okay? But there is something for another group of you. Again, remember, this is not going to fit for every single person, but you've got to be honest with where you are in your story, in your situation here. But there is something about a family feud regarding children. This could even be like karmic energy coming in, and I don't like to give like so much energy to the karmic, but that could be what's going on here. Somebody surrounding or someone, there is something with a fight over children or a child, trying to compromise with someone. There could even be something with somebody wants to move, because the Chariot is relocating, it's moving as well. There's travel. Traveling to someone, traveling for work purposes, because there's a lot of work energy here, and somebody's not having it. Okay? Again, or could be wanting to move and somebody's not having it here. You know, honestly, Taurus, if you're in that situation, you got to do what's right for you. If God's telling you to move, if God is saying, hey, you're going to be more prosperous here, because there is a potential for a whole lot of wealth to come into your world here, Taurus, but other people are affecting that, okay? Or it could be you affecting that. If you're the one who's just trying to do it your way and your way only, and not being obedient to God, not allowing God to come into the fold here to help you with this. Because God knows what he's doing. It's thy will be done when you're looking at the Our Father, right? It's not our will, it's God's will. And yeah, we have free will, but God's always going to try to lead us back into the path if we're on the chariot and we're going, oh, hey, you're getting off that road that I put you on, Taurus. I need you to have some self-control. Get back in here. Don't allow people to steer you off your path, especially if you've got a mission. Don't allow people to try to take you the other way when I'm leading you this way, because God always leads us to our abundance. He always leads us to our paradise. And he does it in a way that we don't expect. He does things unexpectedly. It's what's happened to me when I ended up having to move back over here, back to Florida, which is where I grew up. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute. And I could have had the choice to say, oh, hell no. I'm going to force it. I'm going to go stay in Maryland. I'm going to go stay over here. I'm going to go make it so that it's my way. I want it this way. I'm not having God have me go move back to Florida. I'm not going to have him have me and my son move back with my parents. It's like, I don't want that. But sometimes God rather wants us to see us disappointed and destroyed. Because God knows what would have happened if I would have done it my way, like Frank Sinatra, and tried to stay up there. It's kind of like a kid kicking and screaming, no, I don't want to go. It's like they're at a playground or something, or they're having fun somewhere, and they get all mad and they're throwing a temper tantrum. This is a temper tantrum right here because somebody doesn't get their way. We don't want to be childish here, guys. Or somebody around you is being childish, throwing temper tantrums because they're not getting their way. If you're an adult doing this, why are you acting like children? It doesn't make sense here. Some of you need to be more playful in your life because there's a lot of stress and a lot of work that is affecting your energies, and it's causing you to be irate with people and just to lose your shit when you really don't need to. That lowers your vibration. That blocks abundance from coming in, and it starts to affect other people around you. Because remember, our energy is important to maintain at a high vibration so that the people around us, they feel that, and it becomes a more harmonious environment. Because right now, there's no harmony in a home, in a family, in a marriage. Okay? And as I was saying, if I would have forced it, I said, no, I'm doing it my way. I bet you $1 million I would have been in some total destruction. If I would have not trusted God and God said, you're moving. And he told me I was moving for 2 years. But he didn't tell me where. He told me what season. But he didn't tell me where until the last minute. And I asked for confirmation. I said, oh my God, I'm moving back home. And God said, don't let this get in your way. Don't let this stop you from doing your mission work. Don't let this prevent you from being a leader, for shining your light, from doing your mission work, being one who is inspirational, who is encouraging, who is motivational. That's what she does. God was testing me to see, well, let's see what Jess does when I throw a loop. When I throw her for a loop. When this block comes in my way, and I'm like, wait, what? I'm moving where? Okay. God was testing me to see, am I going to get all belligerent about it? Am I going to start cursing God out? Am I going to start trying to force myself, working overtime, expending my energies to try to make the money to kind of like stay up where I was? God was preparing me for that move. He was preparing me for something greater too. And I'm starting to see what that is just this week alone. Because now I have things coming at me to try to get me off my path. And God's testing me. Am I going to get all flustered? Am I going to start raining hell on people's lives and using my power for ulterior motives? That's not what I'm here to do. Okay? We're all here to be this Queen of Pentacles. Even when people are trying to attack us, even when people are trying to throw hellfire at us and stuff like that, we stay in our righteous place as a divine feminine and divine masculine. We continue to take care of ourselves. We continue to hold the space, hold the love, no matter what's going around us. No matter how many people are trying to ruin our lives, no one can ruin your life, Taurus. No one. And especially if this is a work-related thing, guys. Some of you are being led, you're being promised promotions or recognitions or people paying you to move to have a promotion, or you're being, okay, now I'm getting, somebody here got promoted, okay? You were being recognized for your work. You got the bonus. You got a lot of money in it, but they threw you for a loop where they said, oh, you need to travel. And that wasn't expressed before. You maybe have said, I don't want to travel, but they're like, oh, you don't have to travel if we promote you, but there's somebody, they lied about it or something. This is somebody specific. This is not going to fit for everybody. There's something about, you may have tried to negotiate something before you got promoted. They say, hey, we're going to promote you, and you ask questions and say, hey, I have kids, I have a family, I have a home to take care of. And they're like, oh yeah, so how much travel am I going to be doing? Oh, very minimal, but apparently somebody here is now having to travel all the time. They're barely home. They're barely there to take the kids. Somebody here may be overly focused on work, their job, their money, and not the family. Be cautious with that. Because our lives aren't supposed to be about the money. When you're putting things on the back burner, and yes, I talk about you come first, but there is somebody here who's not taking care of their health, their well-being. They're overly focused on status, money, titles, what house they have, what car they drive, because that's what all this is showing here. Someone who doesn't want to balance the scales with somebody, someone who wants full control over everything. And if you're dealing with somebody who's like, no, it's my job. Like I want to do this. I want to travel. I want to do this, and they're not willing to work with you. There's something off here. And if you're in a marriage with somebody that's like this, a very serious discussion needs to be had here about this. Or if it's your boss, okay? If the boss is trying to kind of like put a carrot in front of your face and saying, hey, you know what? Yeah, you can travel, or you'll have time for family, or you'll be able to bring your family, whatever, and they kind of bamboozle you with it. Be very careful, because if they already took advantage of you once, they're going to take advantage of you again. Because there are bosses, there are people around you who are not in it for your highest good. Okay? I haven't seen this many reversals in a reading in a very long time. But again, this is for spiritual growth, okay? This is to get you into alignment, to be your own boss. Because some of you are being asked to be your own boss, to shine your light. This is a person who owns her own business, okay? She has the power to create that business, and she will be successful at it. But it's because of her light. It's because of her inner energy that she attracts all these amazing opportunities and helpful people. Okay? There will be some people that she'll be attracted because there's a strong sense of jealousy here. You could be somebody who's like this powerful person, who's beautiful, and who's just, everybody loves coming to you. You have this aura about you, and people don't like it, and they're trying to throw shade at you and stuff like that. Don't let those people bother you. Okay? Or you're afraid of being that world leader or being in the spotlight here, and you're afraid to shine your light because you're afraid of what people will do. Do not let fear stop you. That could be an obstacle for you here, where you're losing self-confidence about yourself. You're doubting yourself, okay? You're afraid to shine your light. You're allowing other people and things to dim you. This is not what you're here to do. You've got to be confident and know that it has nothing to do with like the actual beauty. You don't have to look like a Victoria's Secret model to work your purpose, to be a business owner, to be in the spotlight. You don't. okay? I'm hearing Lizzo, okay? If you watched her Grammys, she made a speech when she won that Grammy this year, and people will judge her because she's heavy, okay? And she's of color, right? And she's female. She's got these things that people will point out first. Oh, she's like big. She's not white. She's this. She's female. Whatever. She doesn't look like Beyonce. But her personality makes her freaking gorgeous. Okay? I had never heard her speak before, and I'm getting goosebumps as I'm saying this. And I bet you a lot of people have said shit about her. I've never read anything because I tried to stay away from the social media, the outside world, what people say about stuff. You know, you could be feeling like trying to resonate with Lizzo here about not allowing anybody to dim your light. And if there are people around you who are trying to make you feel less worthy, who are trying to make you feel less beautiful or handsome, whatever this is, you need to not allow those people to interfere with that. You need to move away from those people. Maybe you're living with these people. You need to literally move away from these people. Okay? But you also have to stand your ground here and say, like, I'm not tolerating this behavior. But again, if you're afraid of like starting your own business, because there's a lot of business energy here. Queen of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles, with the Queen of Wands, with the Ten of Pentacles, you have the potential to build some family legacy. Now, you can't get to the Ten of Pentacles on your own. This is independence here, but there's somebody or you being around yourself who are like, oh, you know, I understand the independent women, hence the Beyonce song. But Beyonce's got Jay-Z, and they're building their empire. There's a difference between being independent and being egotistical and chastising the patriarchy than being an independent person and being not codependent on the husband, on the wife, to build that family legacy, okay? You have the power to create an amazing life. But you being there like, I don't need anybody, I'm fine on my own, or I'm like, I'm afraid to do this because I don't look the part, right? Again, with the Lizzo thing, like she's like, I gotta be myself, man. I gotta be positive here. And look what she was able to accomplish because she was being herself. She wasn't trying to be like every other artist out there. And I bet you $1 million, a lot of people told her, you gotta lose weight, okay? Look at Beyonce, that's your competition. You gotta look like her. You gotta look like other people. You gotta look like all these other female artists. She's like, no, I don't. That is not me. When you're your authentic self, you're greatly rewarded. She didn't need that Grammy to prove to herself how awesome she is. She knows that. I know that. I don't even know her. I'm feeling it from her already. It's the same thing with you guys. You don't need other people to tell you you're going to be successful. You are worthy of that trophy, of that Grammy, of that award, because you don't need that to prove to yourself who you are, to validate who you are. You don't. And if you're in these jobs with these bosses who are trying to make you somebody that you're not, you better pull yourself out. I don't care how much money you're making. I was in a job where I made a lot of money. I started making a lot of money in my late 20s. And it was the same shit all day, every day. Every time they were promising me a promotion or whatever and it didn't happen, I felt like I wasn't good enough. That, oh man, really? I was working hard. I was doing all these innovative things. No, you need to do more. No, you need to do this. But then I was realizing that a lot of people didn't like who I was. The power that I had, the confidence that I had, even my intuitive abilities. I was able to foresee things in my job that other people couldn't see. I had high emotional intelligence. This is what a Queen of Pentacles has. High emotional intelligence and the Queen of Wands in the upright, okay? There was a lot of jealousy surrounding me and people were trying to keep me at the bottom. And then God said, Jess, you are done with this shit. I'm pulling you out of this career and you're starting something even better, even brighter, even bigger. Okay? So this is what some of you are being called to do. You pull out of those jobs, get out of those marriages, You know, and again, it says guidance. I cannot tell you what to do, but if you're asking for guidance and this is what's coming through me from God, then this is what you are being asked to have an open mind and have an open heart in hearing. Some of you are being drawn to me because we have similar backgrounds, okay? Or similar pasts with the Six of Cups. And don't let the past hold you back either. You learn from the past. It doesn't dictate your life whatsoever. There may be somebody coming towards you who's having the courage, who's having the willpower to take action to move towards you. Maybe they're literally moving to where you are. Maybe they are going through some sort of altercation with somebody about the children, about taking the child with them, but that's for a small group of people. But somebody here could very well be moving toward you, and you may feel like you're going to be trapped in a marriage, or there's like a money trap there, or you're afraid that this person is possessive or only wants money, only wants nice things. Now, here's the thing. The Queen of Pentacles, she loves nice things. She lives in luxury, but she knows that is not what defines her. She knows that is not what makes her abundant or beautiful or handsome or successful. It's who she is as a person. I learned that the hard way, if I'm being completely vulnerable. I had very low self-worth and very low self-esteem. I did. And some people don't believe me, but I did. You can go ask some people. And I would say my masculine was actually the one who knew that from the get-go. And some other people did too. I just didn't want to face that. I tried to look at other material things or my job, the money that I was making. Now, I wasn't the Queen of Wands in the reverse where I was very temperamental. I don't have that. I have fire in my chart, but I'm not the one to get very irate and belligerent with people. That's just not me. But I remember I would be trying to make something happen or trying to overdo it to try to get the promotion, to try to get the recognition so that I can feel validated, so that people can know my worth. That was the wrong way to go about doing it. And then that led to more of my self-esteem issues, more of my lack of self-worth. And then I started to think that material things or those jobs made me who I was. That they were supposed to be, that was supposed to make who Jess was, and that was not the case. That's why God pulled me out. He's like, no, Jess, you're going about it the wrong way. That's not your path. You attract the abundance. You don't need all that other bullshit to determine who you are, to make you feel beautiful, to make you feel successful, intelligent, brilliant, all of that stuff. I had that already within me from the beginning. And I always had a complex with that. So there could be somebody who's moving towards you. They want to provide for you. They want to take care of you. There's marriage here. There's a union here. They want a family with you. But there's a little bit of hesitation because maybe you are the Queen of Pentacles. You've got everything going for you. You have a business. You are brilliant. You are a leader. You are shining your light. You're abundant in all areas of your life. But maybe there's something here about the money isn't coming in yet. You have money coming in. This is for those of you who are businesses or you're working project or something. You're doing something with your talents, your passions here, what you're gifted at, okay? You're working your dharma, all right? But there's something here about it could very well be where God's testing you to see if you're going to continue to work your dharma, to work the part, because I am sensing for some of you here, you feel like you're working very hard, but the money isn't coming in as much as you would have hoped at this point in time, okay? But that's because somebody else is going to help you with the business. Other people are going to be coming in. Those of you who are in your power, all in the upright. You're in alignment with the higher power, with God. You're attracting people who are going to be helping you with your finances, with your business. That's the energy of the Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles. There is a provider here that is heading in the Queen of Pentacles' direction. But she's got to stay true to herself in order to call that person in. Okay? She has to stay true to herself. And she's got to take care of herself, her energies, dressing the part, acting, thinking, looking, eating, drinking like a queen. But that doesn't mean you have to have all of this money to be a queen. You guys know this. We are all kings and queens. It's just that as we're growing up, society tells us that in order to be a king or a queen, you need to look like this. You need to have this money, right? But remember when I said about appearances, you can dress the part. Again, it's like Lizzo. She wore a very pretty dress. Her inner beauty was shining outside of her the whole time. Right? Embody, integrate queen-like energies, king-like energies. And that includes your outer appearance, but not getting overboard with what you look like not overdoing it. With the hair, the makeup, the weight loss, the Botox, the this and the that. Be your natural self. That is what the Queen of Pentacles is. God created her a certain way, but God wants her to take care of her health, her well-being, her outer appearance. But she does not have to overdo it. Being her true, natural, authentic self is what is of the utmost importance. And again, you want to attract the king, you want to attract the queen, you got to act like one. You got to look like one. I'm not saying you got to go out there and wear like regal gowns and shit. That's not what I'm saying. Or look like King Henry VIII or whatever. But you get what I'm saying. Let's see what is out of alignment for the beginning of March 2023 for you, Taurus. Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadian, Sirians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. I'm getting some messages, Taurus. I'm hearing things are really going to be shifting, and they are. Pluto going to Aquarius March 23rd. Saturn going into Pisces March 7th. We're having the full moon in Virgo, which is the last full moon of the 12-year cycle of the zodiac and of the winter. We're approaching spring. That's a big change in itself. We have air and we have Aquarius. Aquarius is air. What's out of alignment is your air elements. So look in your chart where your Aquarius is, what house it's in, what planets are in there. Okay? Also, all your other air placements, Gemini and Libra. So look really more into your Aquarius sign. Here's Aquarius right here. And all your other air signs, Gemini and Libra, okay? So there could be some lessons to be learned with things that may be poorly aspected in your chart, okay, for your air signs. You could even be dealing with an air, or you've got strong air in your chart, okay? Take it how it fits your story. Air says expansive, intellectual, and inquisitive. Aquarius is innovative, rational, and humanitarian. I'm getting a strong energy with this Aquarius energy. See with that 3 of Pentacles in the reverse? Some of you or somebody around you needs to work on compromising with people, working as a team, okay? Not trying to do everything by yourself. And you can attract helpful people when your energy is high and people come in to assist you, to support you. Now, of course, you have to be careful with coming in who support you because they could have an ulterior motive, right? Trust your gut on that. There's also something about too much of your mind is getting in the way, or somebody. Too much logical thinking, too much mental activity here. There was not one air card in your spread. Not one. It was mainly earth, a little bit of fire, and a little bit of water. Okay? Cancer, Chariot, and the Six of Cups. Queen of Wands is the only fire card. The rest of them are all earth. Okay? There could be an imbalance where there's not enough air, and your air in your chart is not balanced enough. But remember, when we're looking at charts and stuff to try to get into alignment, it helps us to get into alignment. Let's see, okay, this is going to be a difficult thing for me based on my chart. How am I going to mitigate this? How am I going to work through this? All right? Everything has a shadow and a light side to it. Every zodiac sign, every element, everything. It's duality, okay? But we work through those things, especially the things that hinder us, the things that are challenges for us, the things that we perceive as obstacles. And air is a strong thing for you guys, for some of you, with regards to what is out of alignment. All right? Intellect, expansion, and being inquisitive. Asking questions. Not being afraid to think about things, but also having a head-heart balance. Not putting so much logic into something, okay? This is also something with fast energy. With all those energies I talked about, trying to be forceful, trying to rush into things, right? Because the Chariot is fast energy, but it could be so forceful. You just want to do things too quickly just to make something happen or to try to get money or whatever this is. You guys are very innovative, and you are here to be humanitarians. We're all here for the better part of the collective. Okay? We're all here to work with other people. And when people come across in our lives, and we ask for help, and then God sends us to help, we work with those people. Okay? Aquarius energy, the shadow side of Aquarius tends to be detached and aloof a little bit. There's strong independence here with Aquarius energy. That's the shadow side where I got to be up on my spaceship all day, every day. Be careful with that. I know I go through this because my moon's in Aquarius. I would have a tendency to be the follower instead the leader. I was afraid of being out there, of shining my light. I love people, but I was afraid to be in front of people. I love to help, but I was afraid and trusting myself that I could do that. Okay? And I would want to detach. It's kind of like social anxiety or something for some of you here. But again, air is expansive. Air is all around us. We need air to breathe. Some of you being a little bit too rational about things, putting in a little bit too much logic. It's too much of the mind here that is affecting things. Okay? And with that Three of Pentacles in the reverse, again, there's something about, you know, being too independent and not willing to work with people. This could even be in a marriage, where if you're in a marriage and you're dealing with somebody, or it's you where, okay, you're married, but you're thinking, no, you have to do everything, or no, I do everything. I'm dictating everything here. I don't want you to help me. We all need help, guys. God did not create us. God did not intend for man to live alone. And you can't get the Ten of Pentacles if you want to do it your way, the highway, and you think everything's going to work out for you. Like, if you think getting the Ten of Pentacles on your own is going to happen, it doesn't work that way. And that Ten of Pentacles has one person in it, which is telling me you or somebody around you, you want to work alone. You don't want to build something. You think you can get the Ten of Pentacles without somebody having it all, building a family legacy. We all know in the Rider-Waite that that Ten of Pentacles has people in it. Not even just the couple, it has people. The grandfather, the wife, the husband, the kids, the dog, the house, picket fence, whatever. The archway. New beginnings, expansion, growing things together. Bottom of the deck is the third house. Communication, transportation, local community. Air, again, Gemini rules the third house, which is ruled by Mercury. See where your Mercury placement is too. Some of you, your Aquarius is in the third house, okay? Or you've got another air, Libra or Gemini in the third house. Local community. Working with your local community, building something, having a forum, having a community, starting something up, right? Being that leader, or being more communicative in a community you may already be in. Stop shying away. Stop kind of hiding your talent. Stop hiding your light if you're already part of a community or you're not even part of one. It's like my Capella circle I have. It's funny because I've been trying to encourage my members to kind of start bringing stuff up in the community because I can't do it all the time. That defeats the community purpose there, right? So check to see what is in your third house. Communicate your ideas. You guys have these innovative ideas. Communicate them. Share them with other people. Share them with the community, okay? Now, if you're being told by God to keep quiet about it, keep quiet about it. That's totally different. You're here to share your talents, your innovative ideas and talents with other people, Taurus. Don't hold back from that. It seems like other people are trying to tell you that you can't do that. That's not possible. You're too old. You're too this, whatever. Stop listening to those people if that's your case. Transportation, see? There's something about transportation with the third house deals with car travel, okay? Short distance travel in a sense, or distances that are not like where you need to fly a plane across the ocean. But I do get, because the third house is about cars, all right? It is local transportation too, like domestic or something. And we got the Chariot card, right? Something about some of you literally need to move. Relocate. There's like communication blockages here. Hence the air. This is all air, guys. There's something in your charts with the elements in your air that are out of alignment. And there is something about like communicating, like working with people, not being afraid to be part of a community, not being afraid to shine your light, to communicate your ideas. You're very intelligent, Taurus. You got strong air in your chart. Let's see what guidance we have for you. What guidance do we have for Taurus? For the beginning of March 2023. Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. All right, we have the Green Men. Nature, connection, and source. See, connection with that community with the third house, the local community, the Aquarius, the more expansive community, humanitarian type of energy. Now we have this. 13 could be significant to you. That is the Death card, actually. 3 and 1 is 4. Stability, home, family. Bottom of the deck is 14. That could be significant. Breaks down to a 5. Changes, challenges. The White Stag. This is the energy of the Divine Masculine here. Shape-shifting, support, and other world. This card tends to come up quite a bit. I'm getting, that's something about forceful energy where the distorted masculine tends to try to push, to work, to force, thinks about money all the time. Money, 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 possessions, things. We're supposed to be attracting that stuff. 13, which is the Green Men. Yeah, connecting with nature. all that earth energy. You guys are earth. Connect more with nature. You're going to get a lot more innovative ideas here. Maybe even connecting with nature is going to help you to speak your truth, to communicate those ideas, to communicate your truth, or for you to be able to tell those bosses, or talk to your spouse and say, hey man, you know what, we need to have a talk here. We talked about this. A talk with your spouse, a talk with a partner, a talk with a boss, coworker even. The agreement beckons to all who wish to follow. He teaches us that there is no separation between human beings and the natural world. We are a part of nature. We are nature, whether we like it or not. No one is above this fact. The closer we become to recognizing this connection, the more we feel at peace. Separation is merely an illusion we have created through being busy. Woo! There is strong work-life imbalance in here. Trying to be busy, 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 busy. Nature invites us to slow down, to learn how to reconnect. It's time to take up gardening, walking in nature, getting our feet on the earth, and slowing down. Nature isn't out there being all busy and not resting. Nature grows and rests when needed because it is in tune with the energies around it. Nature doesn't exhaust itself by pushing too hard to make things happen. It all happens in its own time. The green also represents the masculine side of nature, which can mean strength, vigor, and growth. However, it can also represent descent, destruction, and death. I talked about the death card, right? And we talked about destruction here too earlier. The female counterpart to the green man is the green woman. The two obviously complement one another, just like the yin-yang symbol. Both need each other to keep the balance. And drawing this card, it may be asking you where you may be out of balance and require more of the feminine, nurturing qualities of the green woman to bring you back into your center. Both cards are incredibly caring because they are both you in some form. As within, so without. By connecting to these energies in nature, you essentially find a deeper connection to yourself. See, the balance of masculine and feminine, there's a lot of strong distorted masculine here. Overall, again, the feminine energy. She attracts. She doesn't have to work so hard to get what she's desiring. The white stag, okay? This represents the strength of the masculine to help aid the feminine. The stag sees through the veils of the world straight into our soul. It understands us because it sees us as we truly are. It is here to offer us a safe haven and give us the strength to carry on as it carries us to where we need to go while we rest. By drawing the white stag, this card offers us the wisdom that we are also pushing ourselves too hard and need to share the load. It is time to ask for help and allow yourself to be supported. Take time out and allow yourself to rest and receive. By learning your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual limits, we learn to not only take care of ourselves better, but this creates a sustainable pace when we resume our work. It is easy to get caught up in the stressors of the physical world. We are human after all. There are many issues around the world that stress us, frustrate us, and make us feel helpless, with no sight of something better in the future. When we feel this overwhelm, it is time to unplug. Unplug from social media and the constant bombardment of ads, messages, information, causes, etc. It becomes hard for the brain to process such an amount of information at once and thus overwhelms us. By unplugging from all of these sources, it doesn't mean you don't care what's going on in the world. It means that you care enough about your own mental well-being to take a break and come back when you are recharged. It is vitally important to discern what you take in. See, that's just confirmation of what I was talking about. See, when I was talking about unplugging myself, when I was talking about Lizzo and I watched that Grammy stuff, and I'm pretty sure she gets backlash for things or whatever, and I don't know what else. But just watching her that day, I just could tell by her aura on what she was saying about herself and, you know, other things and her talents and her gifts and her music. She's being herself. She's being a true Queen of Pentacles right there. Remember, both of these cards are talking about pushing yourselves too hard. You don't need to push, guys. You can attract it. And you have to have patience because it will come to you. The hard work will pay off. You got to pull out is what I'm hearing. Yeah, there's a connotation to that, of course. But I'm also getting, again, when it says the masculine is here to support the feminine, the King of Pentacles, my cards just fell down there. But we did see the King of Pentacles. What was the card that I still had here? The Queen of Wands is the one that didn't fall out. I did say about there is a feminine who's an excellent leader. She's a business person. She takes very good care of herself. You can tell by her outer appearance. You can tell by her inner light. But there is something here about the money thing is the last thing for her to attract. She's attracting all of these other beautiful things into her life. She's very balanced. She's very patient. She feels, like I said, she's abundant in all areas, but apparently there is a Queen of Pentacles here who has all these things going for her. Very beautiful person inside and out, but the money thing is just not there yet, because the divine order is for a masculine to come provide for her, to help the feminine, to bring balance, to kind of invest in what she's doing. Hey, what type of support do you need? That is what a divine masculine Christ does. Again, it's part of the divine order. We're not here to do things on our own. We cannot have it all. Build this amazing life, have this amazing family, and build a family legacy, and build lucrative businesses, and all these things on our own. Why do you think God created Eve? It was to sustain Adam spiritually, emotionally, and Adam provides for Eve. It's a teamwork thing with the Three of Pentacles, right? We're supposed to work together, not just in relationships like marriages and things like that. It's also as in the collective too. We're not supposed to go at these things alone. We have the support that we need, even like the support to kind of help us keep going and things like that. So we're going to look into, before we get into the extended, guys, we're going to look into what you need to heal for the beginning of March. And remember, just because I say March does not mean it's applicable to March alone, all right? I'm just doing this because it makes it easier for me to track things. And for some, it could very well apply for you in the month of March, no matter what year it is or whatever, okay? So the link to the extended is in the description box. If you go to capellawellness.com, click on the extended videos link to view the extended reading for this. The extended is going to entail what is blocking you. What's blocking you from your abundance, what's blocking you in your connection with somebody. We're going to look into what's going on with your love situation for the beginning of March. And I'm going to pull some charms to see what other messages we have, or these charms could be very symbolic to you. It could be a synchronicity for you if something comes out, okay? Well, something will come out, but if there's a charm that I pull out that there's something symbolic that you want to actually see, it could very help you with the synchronicity. And after that, in the extended, we're going to look into what your person wants to say to you, or what encouraging words they have for you, all right? Or what the inner masculine needs to tell you. All right, what Taylor Swift? I just heard Taylor Swift. What is Taylor Swift a Taurus? Does anybody know? Why do I feel like Taylor Swift is watching this or might watch this? Dude, if Taylor Swift is a Taurus, that's going to freak me out a little bit. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. I went to say Taurus, but I'm saying Taylor Swift for whatever reason. Anyway. What does Taurus need to heal for the beginning of March? Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadian, Sirians, please and thank you. There we have it. And remember, wellness is part of the package. Tarot isn't just going to help you get into alignment. There's wellness stuff in there too. Your physical body, your physical self, having a balance, allowing other people to help you, especially with the masculine here, to come support the feminine, especially financially. So I will say this before we get into the healing part, guys, because I get a strong energy. Somebody here has a counterpart, an amazing person, really gorgeous inside and out here. She's got a business. She's shining her light. She can be very intimidating, but she's not out there to control people. She sounds like she is, but she's just very passionate about what she does. She's having the body of Christ. She's having the God Spirit, Holy Spirit speak through her. And God isn't someone who is mousy. He's not someone who is that overly passive. He's got power. Christ has power. Mary Magdalene has power. Mother Mary has power. This is like somebody who is like a very powerful leader, and she speaks in a way that is captivating. It's mesmerizing, it's intoxicating, it's magnetic. But the way she comes across, it's not trying to be vindictive. She's not trying to say you have to do this, like no, whatever. It may come across as that, but it's because she has that power of the Holy Spirit flowing through her so much that it's her guides. The Holy Spirit is getting people to listen, to follow the guidance, right? It's not the individual that you're hearing from, it's the entities that are speaking through this person. Okay? Because this person is very connected to nature, very connected to God, because this person spends a lot of time out in nature. Okay? That keeps this feminine balanced and keeps her in her power. And she allows that energy, the power of the Holy Spirit, to come through her, to speak in that very inspiring, motivational way. So, that being said, there's somebody here who's kind of intimidated by this. But there's this thing where this person who has this business, who speaks that way, who has shining their light very brightly, there's a masculine who's a little bit hesitant because the masculine may know that this feminine has some financial issues, but she's got everything else going for her. But that's because the masculine needs to understand that his role is to provide and protect the feminine. This masculine may very well have, they're thinking too much, putting logic. How is it that this person is magnetic and is inspiring, just got everything going on, but the money isn't there, or their money comes and goes, or it's trickling in. They get something every month, and it's not just some sort of big 10 of Pentacles thing, like a big paycheck or something. Whoever needs to hear this, that's because this feminine knows her role as a divine feminine Christ, where she is not the provider and protector in the physical realm. She attracts that type of help. But she also is in her element to better support that masculine, to not get overwhelmed by supporting a feminine of that power. There is a balance of power here. This does not mean that the masculine is supposed to run the world and have all the money and do all that stuff. No, they work together, where both of them build the wealth, but the masculine entity, energy, is supposed to provide that wealth in the physical. And they both work together. It's kind of like the feminine will give the masculine ideas or encourage them. And then the masculine's like, I'm going to put those into action. That's the action-oriented yang energy of the masculine energy. They work together. It's 3 of Pentacles. So there's some masculine here who's kind of worried, or they're afraid that this amazing queen here, this empress actually, because the Queen of Pentacles is the minor arcana of the empress, they're afraid that if they come in, build this life together, have everything with the feminine, come into union, build the family, blend the families, whatever this is, that she may turn on him and turn into the vindictive, the Jezebel. I'm utilizing my looks to trap you. Because there's a masculine who's been involved with somebody like this before, who was in a marriage, who tried to manipulate the distorted masculine with her looks, with her charisma, with her intellect, making her look like she's all innocent and passive and nurturing and very motherly, but she turned out to be somebody else because she misused her power. And now this masculine is seeing, they know their true counterpart is the true feminine, but they're a little bit worried that because of her money thing, that she is going to turn on the masculine to try to get him for his money. This is not the case. If you're a true divine feminine Christ, you are not going to be doing that to your King of Pentacles in the upright. And for whatever masculine needs to hear this, you instinctively know that your counterpart, this true feminine here, is not going to do that to you, because you're Six of Cups going back into the past. You're thinking that the past is going to repeat itself, because you're looking at this like, well, the money thing just doesn't seem to be there yet. Why is that? Are they blowing it? Are they like not doing the work when they look like they're doing the work or something? You're getting all up in your head and you're assuming things of this person that are not true. So there's something here about somebody needs to get out of their head. There is a true humanitarian here. This Queen of Pentacles that you're dealing with is a true humanitarian. Very smart, but they're not utilizing their brilliance, their intellect, their charm, their good looks to get you, whoever this is for. Okay? Just because someone may not have that financial stability and security just yet does not mean that they're going to turn on you and try to use you for your money, because you may have that wealth already. And somebody abused that in your past, yet you're putting this person in a box, assuming this Queen of Pentacles is just like your ex or your previous wife or husband or something like that, when you know deep down she's not. You can tell by her light that she is not that person of the past. And again, just because that person, they are successful, you do not need to have the money to be successful. You do not need to have the clientele to be successful. If you are in your power and you are changing lives and you're inspiring and you're motivating and you're getting people to like change their ways for the better, to be who God wanted them to be, that's being successful. When you're being your natural self, you have won the battle that other people cannot win about being their true natural selves and not worrying about what the outside world thinks about them, says about them, none of that. That's where the true success lies. It has nothing to do with followers and likes and subscribers and the money in your bank account and the clientele. God sees those people who know this, and they continue to inspire and enlighten. They continue to be that light of God, the warrior of God. She's a warrior of light here. She's a warrior of God. And the whole money thing, she's like, it will be the last thing for me to come in. But it's because the Queen of Pentacles knows that there is a masculine that she's attracting who will help her with that, because that is a masculine's role, to help and support the feminine, the family, the home, in the physical world. That's what the stag does. He's the king of the forest. We had the King of Pentacles here. That is the king of the forest. The King of Pentacles is the provider, is the one who's generous and kind-hearted with their money. He helps others because he has so much, because he knows if he doesn't, God will strip it from him. And he'll strip her from him real fast. That King of Pentacles wants to make sure people are taken care of. I'm hearing a man that doesn't take care of his woman is not a man. And that includes financially, materially. Some masculines here have a hang up with that. Especially worrying about women who are struggling financially. Some of them, they're struggling financially because their worth is low. Their self-esteem is low. They're trying to do too much to feel validated. Right? I was one of them. But I've totally changed that around. And God's still trying to test me to see, well, if Jess is not making that six-figure salary that she was making before, is she going to feel less of herself? Is she going to start worrying about what her family's going to think? Because if my family knew around what I was making, but that does that define me? Absolutely not. And it puts a lot of perspective on things. Because it makes me realize I didn't need all that. I didn't need that job to be this. To be a powerful leader. To know my worth. To know what I'm capable of. I didn't need any of that. Not the salary. Not the title that I had. Not the clearance that I had. None of it. I'm actually who God made me to be, and that is the greatest success that I could have ever achieved. And the fact that, I'll be honest, like it has been hard, where I'm giving it my all in the work that I do. And I try my hardest not to compare myself to other people who are surpassing me. But it's kind of like, but I'm teaching wellness here. I'm teaching spiritual growth. I'm trying to inspire people to shine their light, to not be so codependent or looking to others for validation or trying to be like other people. And yeah, it's kind of like, I have to keep going. I have to trust in my abilities. I have to trust in what God is doing in my life. Where I can't worry about the whole financial piece of this. I mean, it's there. I have things coming in. But it's very different from what I expected. And I know God's testing me, and I will tell you this, I'm getting bombarded with requests for interviews out of nowhere. And I know why that is. I'm being tested again to see if I'm going to go back to those jobs and to have even way more money than what I had. And what I had was a high 6-figure salary. But do you think I'm going to go back to that? Absolutely not, because it's not this. I can't do what I do, what I'm really good at in those other jobs. So again, for feminines who are in their power, but you have your business and you seem to be struggling financially, don't focus on that. Focus on what you're bringing to the table. Don't get mad and irate and say, like, I'm not going to continue with my mission. I'm not going to continue my path because I'm working so hard and the money's coming in. Don't go that route, because you're being heavily tested to see if you really know what is of value. Okay? But the truth here is that a divine masculine is the one who's supposed to come in to help. Support, as it says. We're here to help each other. And we have very different roles. So for healing, we have Manuka. Brings self-regeneration and transformation. I don't know what it is, Taurus. I tend to get emotional in your readings. Ooh, this is my favorite. Peppermint. Energizes and invigorates. Yes, I have mint, peppermint, spearmint, eucalyptus tea with moringa, strawberry moringa tea every morning. And at night, I triple bag it in my tea with different types of mint teas. This is an excellent one. Some of you may want to get a peppermint tea. Again, essential oils, get a massage with peppermint oil, a peppermint candle, a pill even, or putting it in your cooking. All right. Oh, they just reminded me of something. I bought cilantro to put in my eggs because I got this last week and it's at the bottom of your deck. I forgot. Balances and expands the mind. The air. Some of you, you're too much in your mind. Some others of you, you need to expand your mind more with that air energy. So let's look at Manuka. Manuka. This is a natural and anti-inflammatory with antibacterial, antiviral properties. It also helps reduce allergies and aids relaxation. The Maori's traditional use of the plant for respiratory, digestive, and urinary tract conditions are also excellent applications for the essential oil. Manuka is linked to self-regeneration, transformation, and metamorphosis. It is also thought to help people get in touch with their own power and improve the balance of sexuality and sensuality. There's the balance there. Get in touch with our own power. Peppermint. I love the color of this card. It aids digestion, boosts energy, alleviates fevers, headaches, and congestion, improves alertness, reduces pain, and lifts moods. It opens the airways and improves breathing. Air. There's something about respiratory stuff for some of you. For headaches, you can keep a roller bottle of peppermint essential oil handy and rub it on your temples and the back of your head where the neck and cranium meet. Many critters can't stand peppermint. A few drops of peppermint oil on cotton balls placed around your home can ward off ants, mice, and spiders. It's believed to increase tolerance and to help people assimilate new ideas or impressions. It lifts the spirit and is believed to encourage prophetic dreams or insights. It enhances mental, emotional, and spiritual receptivity and benefits people who need insight or inspiration. Inspiration. Queen of Wands. Cilantro is at the bottom of the deck. It helps release the need to have control and feelings of clinginess, obsessiveness, and restriction, and may help increase expansive thinking. You see how spirit works. This, in the physical, these health wellness cards are important because it's all part of the package when it comes to all of this stuff. This is not fortune telling, people. This is divination to help you with your spiritual growth, your evolution of the soul, and your healing. And a lot of it ties into things that you eat, things that you're smelling, things that you're surrounding yourself with. Okay? Cook more with cilantro. Eat a cilantro pill. I don't know. Do whatever it is. There are cilantro candles out there. Mix the two. I don't know. Peppermint, cilantro. Get creative. All right? Get creative. This is no joke. This is why I've been called to do this. Why I put wellness into my readings. Just give it a try. Again, I can't force you, but this is the guidance that's given. We already have proof that these things are going to help based on the things that I was channeling here, right? Again, this air energy with the expansive, right? Expansive thinking. Get out of the box. Expand your mind. Don't be so closed-minded, which is why when I pray over these readings, that people watch them with an open heart and open mind here. There's no one way to do things. You can take the guidance that is given here and kind of create your own self-care routine with the Queen of Pentacles energy. Right? It's the guidance. It's for you to try it out. But again, what did you come here for? What do you really go to tarot for? To make it look, to get the easy way out? There's no easy way out to anything, guys. There's always a way out. But you've got to go through the challenges to make it out of there. And some of this is supposed to help you with that. Okay? But it's up to you. I'm just a messenger. All right, Taurus, I think dinner is ready. So I was going to go do your extended, but I will wait on that, I think. I'll go check. Again, the extended link is in the description box below. If you go to capellawellness.com, click on the extended videos. Again, with the Capella memberships, the paid Capella memberships, I'm no longer doing live streams on YouTube unless I'm guided to, but I'm not doing paid personal readings anymore on YouTube. If you even want a chance at that, signing up for a Capella membership, a paid Capella membership is the way to go. If you want to be part of a more intimate group of people, if you want like the smaller readings that I was doing in my live streams, I'm only doing that on with my paid members. Again, the healing meditation videos, you'll have access to the daily guidance videos. They're very insightful, very helpful. it will be well worth the investment. If you have a hard time paying for a personal reading or something like that, you'll get the guidance, you'll get something to help you get going. All right, even the monthlies that I do, what you need to heal for the month, what's blocking you for the month. If you have a certain tier, you get to check in on your connection, what's going on in your connection, what's blocking, stuff like that, the energy surrounding you, your person, the connection, how your person's feeling about you for the month, other things. Other tiers have monthly coaching involved in them, discounts to everything that I offer. Okay, it depends on the tiers. Some of the tiers have 7-day trials. All right, you can try it for 7 days, and you know, if you don't like it, fine, no harm, no foul. But if you want to keep it, by all means, we will be more than happy for you to continue on with your membership, and that way you can meet all the amazing people that are in my circle, especially when we go do our members only live sessions. You're gonna love these people. All right, okay, so if that's where I leave you, Taurus, thank you so much for watching this video, for subscribing to this channel. Oh my god, I lost it. For subscribing to this channel, for illuminating that thumbs up button, I would greatly appreciate it. I wish you the best today and always. I send you so much love, and I really do hope I illuminated your well-being today. Again, this is Jess from Capella Wellness, starring out.